So I'm getting ready to get in the shower. As something is bugging me, so I'm gonna talk about it. That watermelon felon shit that came out of Jeff Metcalf's mouth. You do realize that's par for the course, right? I want some of my white followers and white friends to picture something, if you will. Okay? Here is life in America as a black person, knowing how the majority of America feels about us. All right? In this country, white people, Caucasians, the one that have wrote the history books, who have created the stereotypes, who have created and upheld racism and Jim Crow and things of that nature. This is what they want you to believe. You have a black man that has never left New York City. He has always lived in New York City. The furthest out he's ever been is New Jersey. So he has never been to the West Coast, has never been to the Midwest, never been down south, never been near Texas. All right? Even though he hears music from all of these areas, he has never visited there. All right? So you got one black man in New York City. You got another black man or a black couple, let's say a black man and a black woman, who live in Compton, California. And they have traveled throughout South Central Los Angeles. They've traveled throughout Los Angeles, but they've never been to San Fran. They've never been to Oakland, right? They've also never been to New York City, the Midwest, down south in Texas, or down in the southern states, okay? Black man in New York City, black couple in Compton, California. You have older Gen X age black folks who have never left Kansas City or St. Louis. The furthest they've ever gone is either one of them cities. If they live in Kansas City, the furthest they've ever gone is St. Louis. They live in St. Louis, the furthest they've ever gone is Kansas City. All right? Never been down south, never been down to Texas, never been out to California, never been to New York City. Right? You have southern black folk who have never left the South. They might have gone to Alabama, from Alabama to Mississippi, but they've never gone any further than this little general area. They've never been to Texas. They've never been to Compton, California. They've never been to New York City. They've never been to Kansas City, and they've never been to St. Louis. All right? Now you have all these different black folks in all these different areas in the United States, and none of them have ever left their general area, right? But ask all of them about poverty, and they can tell you. Ask all of them about the depressing and disgusting situations in their neighborhoods, and all of them can tell you. Ask them about the constant over-militarized, over-policing of their neighborhoods, and every one of them can tell you. Ask them about the overt and covert racism that they deal with on a day-to-day basis in their areas, and they can all tell you. Here's the part I really want white folks to hear. Why is it that in these scenarios, with all these people in all these different areas, every single story sounds the same? Maybe it has a New York accent. Maybe it has some of that Snoop Dogg way of talking out west. Maybe he's got a thick ass Southern accent. Maybe he's got this nice Midwestern accent, but their stories all sound the same. Exactly the same. Now, while you're holding on to that, I want you to think about this. All of these people all have all of these different stories about poverty, racism, over-policing, the disgustingness of their neighborhoods, all of this. All of these stories sound exactly the same. And the white majority's answer is morals. 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 if you pulled up your pants, if you found your fathers, if the fathers was in the home, if you weren't waiting for welfare, if you weren't waiting for a government handout, if you weren't thugs and criminals. All these stories from different parts of America, all of them sound the same, and the white majority's answer is morals. Imagine hearing that for centuries. Imagine your great, 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 great grandfather saying that to my great, 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 great grandfather. Morals, 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 morals. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. And every generation afterwards, the scenario remains the same. I tell you about my situations in life. You tell me it's my morals and it's my fault. And this goes on and on and on and on and on. So if the situations aren't improving and the stories, no matter where in the United States they are the same, can all of these people be lying? You mean to tell me 14% of the United States population, all of us collectively, are lying at the exact same time with the same stories, just with different accents? And follow-up question, how the hell is it that morals are still the answer? What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you're yelling out morals, 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 if you have a list in your head of stereotypes that you still believe exist, even though people from different parts of the United States are telling you the same story, different places, different time zones, same story, how can you still sit there and yell, it's our fault? 5, 6 generations of lazy people? 5 or 6 generations of people who are looking for handouts? 5 or 6 generations of people who just want the government to take care of them? And maybe if we found our fathers and had dads in the home, somehow things would improve? So what do you do when you do have fathers in the home? What's the excuse then? Multiply that by 365 days in a year and give that to 14% of the American population for 70 and 80 years. We're not even going to talk about the things, the overt racist things that white people can actually see. You know, videotape of being attacked, videotape of cops beating us, videotape of being shot for no reason, videotape of being killed right in front of you. We can add that in. We can add that in. Plus you add in the fact that meritless, mediocre white men have been telling these overly educated black people who have been having to raise in this situation for decades that somehow our achievements were given to us. I'm asking my white followers a question. At what point would you lose your mind? At what point would you snap? At what point would you finally lose your shit? Would it be your generation or the generation before you or the generation before that? When would you lose your shit? When would you finally say enough is enough and I'm about to lose my goddamn mind? Welcome to being black in America. I hope this